I don't be giving no fuck. I say whatever I want. Huh. I do whatever I want. Huh. I be podcasting for fun. Huh. Coming live from the podcast for after 2. Wait, well, actually, it's 4:30. Well, it's 4:45. So we're coming live from the 4:45. And
it was 4:44 when I looked at the clock, and then we could have made a Jay-Z reference. And
shit! Coming live from the Jay-Z album. Coming live from the. We're too clever by half.
What's that noise?
You know when Jay-Z does the.
Oh yeah, okay.
The little scoff, like you plebeians, we're clever enough to catch up.
Yeah. That intro idea was funnier in my head than it ended up being, but that's fine. We got a couple album review requests this week, but one of them might not give us a whole lot to talk about. So instead, RC has brought to my attention another movie trailer of a movie I've never heard of, luckily, called Collision Course from 1989. And I'm gonna watch it and give you my initial reaction. And I'm sorry for how I sound. I sound so fucking bad right now because my goddamn allergies.
Before we start this trailer, I want to make it very clear at what point in time we are in American history. We are in 1989.
Another number. Another summer.
A time when, if you know anything about what was going on between American and Japanese relations, in Detroit and in places like that were a bit scared to death of the capabilities of Japanese engineering. So you might catch a tad bit, just a sousson of the jealousy that's going on there when you start this trailer. So let's kick into it.
Okay, cool. A healthy dose of xenophobia to kick off this week's show. Fantastic.
What do you get when a Japanese special agent comes to Detroit?
I taught some Jap.
Goddamn Pat Morita.
Oh God.
Mitsubishi.
Kawasaki Teriyaki. To team up with a wisecracking city cop.
Yeah, I don't think we need quite as much.
Oh my God, it's Jay Leno. Oh,
that's
fuck.
Hot
No.
Murder and corruption.
Oh, move over, Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker.
You just make it up as you go along.
No, I see guilty looking Johnny Eye.
Guilty looking eye. Well, with that kind of hard evidence, we should get a conviction overnight.
Ooh.
Oh, a little late with the last word.
Yeah, a little. That was delayed.
Wackiest.
Just my luck, I get the only guy in Japan that doesn't know karate.
Oh my God.
The crash onto the screen.
Make him nervous. Maybe he'll do something stupid. Run a red light, sit out the window, and I can fry his ass.
Oh shit.
You remember when people just shot bazookas into guys' houses?
Oh yeah, of course.
Ready to see here. I understand words just spit out the
Yeah, well, you're in America now, pal.
God, there's so much footage from this one car ride. Like, it's so pivotal to the plot.
This fucking dialogue.
Two lawmen as different as hot dogs and sushi.
Hot dogs and sushi! Ah!
Just stop it!
Crazy.
Oh shit. Oh, you gotta punch a car hood in anger.
Yeah, and have the 80s music.
Yeah.
Oh, and the green screen.
Wow, that looked really bad.
Collision course.
It's bad.
Holy shit, dude.
How awful. But just that introduction was just like, the mouth is agape. Just be like, where's this coming from? Like, why? And it's so like, what did this guy do? Like, it's just like a Japanese people. Am I right, audience? Like, it's just so like, what's going on?
You know, typically, every time I look up a movie that I've never heard of or seems like it's been forgotten by time, I always go to Wikipedia and look up, okay, how much money did this make? Wikipedia doesn't even have that listed for this one. It cost $13 million to make.
And we'd rather not say what it.
If I had to guess, it had to have lost money. I can't imagine this being a big smash hit. When Pat Morita guest hosted on The Tonight Show in 1989, with Leno serving as guest host, they recalled that the movie had run out of money on the last day of filming, with key scenes to yet be shot and no budget left for editing and post-production. Wow. Yeah, I'm surprised by that. It looked great.
So, like, there are so many comedians that were like actors that were comedians that, like, there was something on Amazon when I had the membership for a while where it was, like, some sort of, like, you know, old school stand-up from the mid-'80s. Like, remember all of these comics when their hair was just starting to thin, but it was still cool, you know? And, like, fucking Michael Keaton shows up at one point, and I'm like, huh? Like, I was like, you're Batman, you're not supposed to be, you know?
Because, I mean, if it's before your time, you really don't think about it.
Right.
But, like, Batman, before that movie, Michael Keaton was, like, strictly
Mr.
comedy guy.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
And I don't even think about it because, like, I never really cared that much for Mr. Mom. Like, it was like a movie that was at the after-school program that I used to go to, and it wasn't animated, and it wasn't, like, starring Jim Carrey, so we didn't want to watch it, you know what I'm saying? But Beetlejuice I knew about. So, like, Beetlejuice and Batman was kind of how I knew Michael Keaton. So my brain was kind of the, like, oh, he's the guy that Burton taps for, like, the really out there character roles, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I always thought of him in my brain. But it's so funny that, like, the Mr. Mom is more on track to what he was as to what he meant to people, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, so in hindsight, like, I'm sure people at the time probably thought, oh my god, who the fuck thought Michael Keaton? And honestly, like, he's the least interesting thing about the Batman movies anyway.
You know, now that when I go back to it, it really is kind of weird to be like, yeah, like, I think the second one's the best one.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like, the villains in that are incredible, and it's so funny when you go back and just like, yeah, we don't really spend a lot of time with Batman. He's just kind of, like, watching passively as things happen.
We spend more time with the villains and understand their motives and their whole backstory and everything, but we really don't spend a whole lot of time with Batman. I guess it's just like, well, y'all know Batman, right? Y'all know his whole deal, right? It's like, yeah, I guess.
Let's cut to the action.
We got two very different albums this week. We've got King Crimson and the Court of the Crimson King, requested by Dr. Goatman, of course, who else? And we're going to start off with that, because I don't know what all there really is to say about it, besides, holy shit, it's fucking phenomenal. For 1969, I know we do this a lot, that the albums we get are so fucking ahead of their time and so incredible. There's a couple things, though, that really made this album stand out to me. One, first of all, opening the album with a very long song about war atrocities, listening to it now hits a bit different. Let's just put it that way, right?
Certainly.
And I'm thinking about in the context of late 60s, the Flower Child, Flower Power, anti-war protest songs, you know, come on, people now, smile on your brother. And then you got this shit where it's just people being burned by napalm, and how are you, like, oh my god, dude, like, how graphic and in your face and really thought-provoking this album is compared to the on its face, surface level, give peace a chance bullshit.
Kumbaya, yeah.
Yeah, like, wow, this is really thought-provoking. And if you're just thinking about, like, prog rock even, the thing that stood out to me the most is MVP of the album, in my opinion, is Ian MacDonald, who is responsible for all the saxophone in 21st Century Schizoid Man, the flute and clarinets in I Talk to the Wind, the mellotron in Court of the Crimson King. This is what really sets this album aside from other prog rock to me, is those instruments and how they come across and how they sound. Really give it its own identity. And also, I gotta shout out how fucking solid and clean the drums sound on this album.
That's what I was about to give the MVP
Fuck.
to, the freaking drums. When halfway through the tracks, when they're like, excuse me, I was like, oh, wait a minute, the star MVP is coming to the building.
I'm telling you, man. And, of course, fucking Greg Lake, lead vocalist here. The affected vocals in 21st Century Schizoid Man. I mean, if you don't know King Crimson, or if you don't know the song and you've only heard the sample in the fucking Kanye song,
Right.
you still at least know what I'm talking about. That, like, I don't even know how they did that.
21st Century Schizoid Man. Yeah.
Like, what they had to put it through, I don't know. I'm curious, though. I need to know. But it's also a very varied album. Like, I know sometimes when we do rock albums, they tend to have that curse of, well, you know, it's 5 songs, they all sound the same. God, no. Holy shit. Every fucking song here has its own very distinct identity and its own soundscape. And they're all fucking great.
And one of the big things I thought was incredible about this album was the transitions in some of these tracks. Like, can we just talk about this for a second? So, all right, 21st Century Schizoid Man. Already, this song is freaking insane.
Wow. Just holy shit, it's face melting.
But then when we get to the end and it does the thing where it's like, it's already been experimental up to this point where it feels like an album unto itself. And then when it gets to the very end where it does a little, oh, we're going to hit you with a bluster of music and then just smash cut to the next track and it's really light flutes and the booted. I was like, oh my God, like you're so doing this on purpose. Like, this like, oh wait, this isn't it. You're going specifically for like, no, this ain't just about a single. You have to listen to this whole album because the point is like, listen to how we go from one part to the next. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my God, that fucking breakneck transition between those two is so fucking great. Epitaph is another next level anti-war, anti-violence like song.
Yeah.
And then Moonchild is such a different vibe. Man. That I was like, yeah, let's open side 2 with that one. Yeah, I fucking love the vibe of Talk to the Wind. Very big shift in energy.
And just the lyrics, like, said the straight man to the late man, where have you been? I've been here and I've been there and I've been in between. Like, just sort of like, oh, I guess it's all about perspective. You know, it's like, oh, you're late. Where have you been? It's like, I've been experiencing life. What do you mean, my brother? You know, like.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, whoa, okay. You know? And then, oh my God, just the way this track ends, right? Where you hear the flutes like fading out, like just like a normal sort of track. Oh yeah, you know, a track like fading out. But then the way the rolling timpani comes in, just like, fuck all that noise, now hear this.
Yeah.
It just so perfectly happens in this moment where you're just like still listening to the fade out and it's like, it's like, oh. Oh man, and then just these lyrics, man, just right in the pocket. That like they're barely here on this track, but when they come in, you fucking listen. And like just that one lyric where he just says like, where he like ends one of the verses with "the fate of all mankind is in the hands of fools." I was just like, oh damn, yeah, that's just right. That's not epic, like over the top, you know, like making a fluster, like hyperbolic. Like, no, that's just true. Like the kings and queens that rule, they're not people that are going like, how should we do this? No, it's just at the fate of their egos and all that bullshit, you know? Like, we don't ever elect scientists or historians to run nations. Let's elect the people that know the most about the material world and what has happened in our country. That's not what we do. You know?
How'd you feel about Moonchild? Let's just skip down to that real quick.
Man, this prog rock fairy tale hours, I was feeling it so goddamn heavy. Like I said, with each switch up, and then it just feels like, oh man, everything feels like an album unto itself. And then when it gets so minimal, with that part where it's just like, it's like you can hear the flitting wings of the you know, fairy tales going by, you know, like, and it's so, like, it feels random, but it's so clearly, like, tightly controlled, you know what I'm saying? Like, And then with the way it ends too, the way this track ends, it sounds like like the court jester is stomping his way out of the thing, because you hear the little stomps, but with the, you know, jingling of the bells. You notice that? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking
like
about.
we're walking into the fucking court.
Like, I can't take it with these transitions, bro. Like, I can't take it. Because it's like, no, you gotta hear every track because we're marching into the next one. And then we finally get to the court of the Crimson King. Oh my God, that epic intro synth melody. We just gliding over this music. Look, listen to, I'm telling you guys, when you listen to this fucking music, you've already fucking, there's no way you're fucking, what the hell are you even doing listening to this dumbass, whatever the fuck we have to say? But like, you cannot help but bob your head in just like nothing less than reverence to the groove. Like when it gets the court of the Crimson, it's like, and now all bow, and like, you know what it is? Like, you know, the bang in your head. No, it's not banging your head. It's bowing your head in reverence to the music's majesty. But like those old 20s cartoons, you know, where things are kind of like repeating. Like, that's what it is when you headbang to this song.
It's very slow, thoughtful, just like, like,
and then just bangs against your head with that fucking chorus.
It's such a solid album all the way through, and it doesn't feel like how long it is. Like, you're seriously listening to Moonchild. It's a 12-minute song, and it only has lyrics for 2.5 minutes of that time. And it doesn't even, like, I mean, I vibe with that shit anyway. But, like...
But you don't even think
really
about it, yeah.
No, you're like, I'm very interested to see where this goes. What happens next? Like... Because you really have no idea. It throws so many cool, different things at you that it stays interesting the whole time.
Yeah, the only thing I was thinking of is there's one part where one of the rhymes is the something, 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 and something thing begins. And then he rhymes begins with Court of the Crimson King. And it's like, it's one of those almost rhymes where it's like, it doesn't hit as hard, because you know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, I mean, there's so much fucking happening after just that and around that. Like, what the fuck am I even talking about? You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. I'm sitting over here like, boo.
And then, the tinkly bit of music, like, at the end. And then, no, it's like, there's tinkly music as it feels like, it feels like we're kind of going out of the... No, bitch, one more time. Yeah. And you feel like the beeping horns. It's like, feel the majesty.
We didn't really mention it, that there's, like, segments of the songs, like, in 21st Century Schizoid Man, there's we didn't even talk about it, but the instrumental section, Mirror, just a... like a
freaking James Bond movie.
Some fucking Cowboy Bebop shit in the middle of this goddamn death scene.
It's such a modern sounding album. It's insane.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know if that's what you're going for here, but just if you're talking about the effect of war having an effect on your mental health, just the jarring back and forth between the very slow, just dirt of the choruses and the it's very slow, it's very like early heavy metal kind of sound, and then just how fast, frantic, and jazzy the Mirrors section is, and then it just goes right back into how it was before the
like the da capo, it's fucking relentless when it does it, yeah.
It's like you're almost relieved because the middle part was so, like, I need to catch my breath after all that. But then, what's the reprieve? Oh, we're gonna sing more about atrocities and war crimes. Like, oh no,
it's
I'm
just
not
like,
even back to a safe harbor.
Yeah, it's like, listen to all of the, terror and horrors of the 21st century, and then just smash cutting back to the man watching it all in horror as he just falls further into his insanity.
Fucking hell.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a glittering 5 out of 5.
Look, let me tell you something, okay? I gotta give it a 6. It breaks the scale. real. It's the most perfect album. You gotta listen to this shit. Like, what the fuck are we saying right now?
From there, we're heading into some familiar territory, RC.
Yeah, we're certainly coming down from the high.
We're meeting back up with an old friend.
Hey, Swifty.
Sup, bestie? It's your boy, Swifty McVay, and 80 Empire.
Today.
Sure, from Canada, I think? There was a Canadian flag on the album cover, so I'm...
Is 80 Empire, because I didn't take the time to look into it, are they who's doing, like, the singing choruses and everything?
That's what I figured, because they're doing so much fucking legwork, they might as well.
Give me 1 second here. I never tabulated my,
Oh, we gotta make sure. Yeah. Let's not disrespect the man.
No, absolutely not. I need him to get every bit of what's coming to him. Okay.
Oh, he's fought hard for it. He'll tell you about it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Now, I need to go inside, right? This was requested by Animal King. And what happened here was Animal King had originally requested a album that they'd made themselves, but then at some point he switched it back out with a normal request, and Animal King requested the other Swifty McVay albums. I guess we're just fucking completionists at this point. We're just running the gamut. This one
look,
is...
if we've got a Bjork season and we've got a David Bowie season, we also gotta have the Eminem runoff season, I guess.
Oh, God. But just Swifty? Well, okay, no, we also got
yeah, we did,
Conniva. This one is from 2021.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I was very surprised that we'd get something this recent. And I'll mention it later, but there's a moment on the album when I was just like, I just had to double check what year it was. And I was like, oh, God damn it. But anyway.
Oh, God.
So...
Anyways, yeah.
In the same vein of the other Swifty albums we've done, the lyrics were not provided on websites, but worry not, off-goers. I actually took notes of lyrics this time because they needed to be shared.
Oh, immortalized in podcast form.
Yes. So, let's just jump right in with the intro. And I just have written down for that. Okay, so we're getting the Eminem D12 shit out of the way early here,
sure.
Right? And luckily, for the most part, yeah, we don't really deal with too much of that on the album. They get that out of the way early. It's very much just get it out of your system. Let's just remind the folks now so they can listen to the rest of the album with a clear conscience of, okay, yeah, this is the guy. He's in D12. He's friends with Eminem. Okay, great.
And, like, you know, he says the lyric, oh, Stepping Stone wasn't a diss. It was, you know, so-and-so, like, kind of, like, pointing out what was going on. He's like, he gave me the ball, and I'm dunking it. It's like, yeah, you did. You dunking it. Now, it's like, but it's like, you have to be like, oh, but he's a rapper. He's got to play himself up. But, like, it's 2021. Like, are you know...
I'm taking the ball and I'm dunking it, and I just hear the NBA Jam. No good!
Ah, no!
Bouncing off the rim.
Because it's just so awkward to be like, okay, guys, can we talk about something for a second? Like, I've been hearing about you guys ever since I was a kid. How is this your first and second album? Like, what's going on? What's happening? Like, who has not been coming to the studio? Who has not been, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You start to have to ask that question after a while. Like, you know, on one hand, you want to be like, oh, Eminem wasn't doing enough to, like, help us, but then, you know, remember we talked about the Nelly situation where it's like, but how much are you doing really to, like, show up to, you know what I'm saying, make yourself, like, the person who's in the way to get on? Because it's like, Proof did an album, Bizarre did an album, so it's not like you couldn't do it. How come we haven't, you know, like, am I missing something? 2017, like, no one's thinking about D12 in 2017. Like,
Well, that's why he needs to, go out on his own and do it for himself. And
all of these-
he's not D12. He's here to make a name for himself.
in all of these albums, it feels so bad to say it, but they all just sound like guys who are like, it's way too late, but they are trying so hard to sound like, no, it's not. And it's like,
No! Don't listen to them! It's not! Look!
listen to the haters. Look, it's not that it's not, it's just that, what are they bringing to the table, man? With this
I'm
album in
bringing
particular.
something fresh and new. a perspective y'all haven't seen before.
The Swifty, it was The History of Violence Part 2, right? That was him, right? Or
Oh. Yes? Yeah. I
yeah.
forgot for a second.
But, like, that one wasn't that bad, I remember, right?
I mean, I don't think I liked any of them. But that's
I'm trying to be nice.
I mean, I'm just being honest.
I'll just be honest. But yeah, so just getting into this intro, man, like, first of all, it's called Intro, but it's actually a song.
I can't stand that. I hate having to rate an intro. That's bullshit.
Yeah. You can get farther with a kind word and a gun than with just a kind word. The Mafia Don sitting back, relaxing. What did that have to do with what was just happening? I thought you were like, the old dog has got to prove himself, like what's going on?
The sample work on this album was questionable.
I'll tell you exactly what it is again, that, mid-2000s college kid posters on the wall sampling. Oh, we're going to sample Scarface.
God.
We're going to sample The Matrix. We're going to sample fucking Goodfellas. It's like, get out of here.
If somebody in the 2020s, in complete seriousness and earnest, was to sample Scarface, I don't think I'd ever stop laughing.
Don't listen to the new Drake album.
No.
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
It's so funny that you said that, because it's like,
No fucking way.
it really does do it.
What the hell?
And it's like, take a wild guess at what it is he samples.
It's not Say Hello to My Little Friend.
It is exactly Say Hello to My Little Fucking Friend.
No!
This motherfucker was like, you know what hasn't been used yet? You know it's not well-worn enough territory. You know what's gonna
God
get him?
Damn! Champagne Poppy, no!
What's going on with it?
What are you doing, my dude? What was the context?
I'm trying to remember, Probably Scarface. It's so just like hits you in the pit of your stomach of like, what year is this?
Oh my god, he did it. That crazy bastard, they all told him no, and he actually did it!
Oh god, so I just look, Washington Post, motion to confirm dialogue sample from Scarface on Daylight as most embarrassing moment on new album. That's the first thing I saw. Listen to Daylight, the first 7 seconds. You'll hear the incredible sample choices like, oh, you know what's gonna get them? You know what they haven't heard yet?
Oh,
And,
no.
so it's so satisfying to hear you say that organically, like, imagine some dumbass sample.
Boy, oh boy.
Oh, man.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't
Drake
ready
twice.
for that.
Oh,
Anyway.
we got him at Daylight.
Moving on to Shout.
Oh, the pièce de résistance.
Look, it's not even the worst song on the album, dude. It's close. It's close. It's not it, though.
Oh, we've got a myriad of choices before us.
First off, we got this buzzing sound that goes for like 20 seconds.
And they're like, they're not ready for this one.
Yeah, and then you get the shout.
Oh, yes.
Shout.
Oh, yes.
Let it all out. And it's
That's
like,
right, folks.
okay, that's a fucking thing that needs to hit you right out the gate. That buzzing at the beginning, that fucking hurt it so hard. Like, that just
Like
needs
they're
to
fucking
hit
setting
you.
the stage.
Yeah, it's like, I know in the original one, there's just like that. Ding, 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 ding. Like, that kind of actually sets it up for it. Like, it's like, that's the pitch for the fucking bat to knock it out of the park. This one, just a boring ass buzzing sound, and then all of a sudden, shout, shout. And it's I guess one of these 80 Empire dudes. It was just great work.
But like it didn't even sound like him on like other tracks, so that's why I was like, who is this? And on top of that, like just the way it felt, it just so had that big honkin' sample from like the 80s, like early 2010s feel, you know what I'm saying? Like this felt so out of step. Like I was like, 2021 was when this came out? Like weren't we done with the JR beats by now? Like,
I was just gonna say it reminded me of that.
yeah, so I was just like, I cannot believe it. Like my jaw dropped like Homeboy in Aladdin with a so, and then at the end with that corny shit trying to make this an inspirational song. So I shout, let my voice be heard. You gonna hear me? Like,
shut up.
Yeah, like no one's hearing this.
Shut up.
Back it up.
This is not just a sample. This is some dude singing it, which is even worse because now you got this annoying dude going, come on, come on,
Oh, God.
come on.
Really trying to put some feeling into it.
Come on.
Oh. Stop it.
Look, it's really rough. And it happens way too much, which is the big problem.
Yes.
It like, you hear that fucking come on so fucking much. And
Like
there's
he's
a
really,
random
you can see him going like, guys, come on.
come on. And there's this random guitar solo at the end, which
Oh, yeah.
I liked, but I have no idea what it was doing there. One quote I have from the song, I needed to quote this because I was so baffled by this. He says, "Best for you to button that hole in your mouth." Ain't that your mouth? Ain't the hole in your mouth your mouth?
Wasn't it like the like, and it came after another lyric too, right? It was after another awkward thing. It's just like awkwardly worded shit after awkwardly worded shit. Like, yeah. Like, you would say, like, that hole in your face or something like that, you know? Like, remember in Titanic, where he's like, if you don't shut that hole in your face. That was, like, an epic line for that movie. I remember because they were like, oh, we gotta go back and save them. It's like, they're already dead, and there'll be one less on this boat. If you don't shut that hole in your face. Epic line. But shout out to that actor.
No, the worst song on the album, that's Black Diamond.
Oh, really? Wait.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. I'm like, the hooks basically, like, are the, oh, come on, we're gonna try to make an actual song, right? We're gonna try to make an actual song. See, I'm gonna put so much into this, and it's like we're making an actual song. And he's like, nah, I'm like an underground rapper, so it's gotta be grimy, and I'm gonna not really try to rhyme my words and just gotta say shit. And it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
When he tried to rhyme common with tied up, and then rhyming condom with magnum. Oh my God, this was the one where the rhyme, like, because he builds up in his voice every time. He's like, these motherfuckers are trying to get me like a condom, but they don't know that I'm coming with a magnum. And then it's just
like, I got this whole thing. I got this whole section quoted.
Oh, lay it on me.
So you're right that it's very annoying. Like, he starts a sentence, and then he has to end it really hard. And then he builds up the next one, and then he has to do it again. But this whole section, none of it rhymes. It's so awkward. Half of it honestly doesn't make sense, but I'm just gonna read this as is. It's like fucking vagina without a condom. Which is a great way to start. Only thing in common with me is I got a magnum.
I just started, like, I took a sip of water right as you said, a vagina without, I was like,
vagina without a condom.
We'll be talking about the vagina.
Talking about the penis. Masturbation. Jesus Christ. Okay, but there's more. Wait, there's more. Okay, only thing in common with me is I got a magnum, a 44, body bag and tag 'em, and drag 'em where nobody can find 'em. Then it goes, I'm known for my contaminated antics. Black Diamond, you'll never understand me. They're having meetings to vanish me from the planet. I'm like, damn it, you'll never kill me. You can't, bitch. What?
They're having meetings to get rid of irrelevant ass Swifty McVay.
But there's more, RC. There's even more. Because then right after the chorus, he comes back with, they shot at me like zombies in a comedy.
Zombies in a comedy?
Then he rhymes comedy with, these damn fleas be overstepping their boundaries.
Yeah.
They can't see me. I'm a highly toxic commodity. A hitman is hired to body families. What is going on here, dude?
And then, didn't he say they're trying to offer a broken Oscar to nominees? I'm like, what? What are you saying? They're trying to.
That also just, it didn't make sense on its face. He goes, they're mad at me because I'll probably make Monopoly. I didn't know what that was supposed to mean.
Oh, they're mad that you're gonna unfairly take over too many properties? Is that the concern?
Yeah, that, like, was it talking about, like, oh,
you
I'm
got
gonna,
too much
like,
real estate, Swifty?
Yeah, like, are you being literal, or are you talking about the game? I'm so confused by that one. No, and just the dude going, Black Diamond, Black Diamond.
He's trying so hard, Muse.
I hate that fucking song so bad.
And then,
but look,
oh yeah,
it's like, this album has its boring parts, which are honestly worse to me, because I get, like, nothing out of them. It's the songs that are really bad are the ones that I remember, and Black Diamond is easily one of the more memorable ones for me.
Just
because
the
from there
loosest rhymes.
we go to Hold On, which I wrote down. One of those, if I knew or cared about the people involved, I'd be really invested. But, like when he says, what's the guy's name? It's like, hey, when I saw you were fucking Frank.
What
was the guy's name?
What? No, because he rhymes it. Oh,
Peter.
there's a great rhyme with it. He says, like, acting like you wasn't with Roger up in the after hours until you butt dialed me. Like,
Roger.
He really just tried
Go
to
home, Roger.
Hours until you butt dialed me. Like, he was like, what?
I was sitting there like, who the fuck's Roger? Am I supposed to care about Roger? Not
and he's fucking American Dad alien is fucking with Swifty McVay's life. Oh no!
Not Doug's bully, Roger Klotz.
But and then the whiny delivery that especially kind of takes hold of this in the next track, where he's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to do this, but they won't let me." Like it's just so like. Yeah, and like at this point, like the hooks start to sound like B tier Lupe Fiasco feature guys. Like, you know,
yeah, for sure.
Fucking, I gotta tell you about my feelings, that's because I'm at war with love, or whatever the fuck stupid an actual lyric for an album, ladies. That's because you're at war with love.
But this is the thing. The song is called Hold On because every time the verse ends going into the chorus, he's just like, but hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I can't even remember why that was happening.
I don't remember either, honestly.
Death Wish. Yeah, it's the same whiny delivery. And again, like I enjoy the hook, but it just feels like it's just like every time it's just like, and here comes the verse guy, and he's like, here's what I had. I didn't know we were going so soon. You know. And but what's so weird, I think it's in this one or the next one, where he's like randomly talking about like causing shit with people, like so unnecessarily. And the thing is, again, if this was 20 years ago, this would be like, oh, wacky Swifty McVay, young crazy Swifty McVay. But it's like, you sound like you're at least 51, man. Like,
he's 48.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like an old man doing like, oh, I'm up to my old tricks again. Hope my hip. Like, I'm not convinced. And if I am, it's really kind of sad. Like, it seems like that Simpsons episode with Dennis the Menace still trying to get up to his old pranks again. You know? He's like, oh, I rolled up to some people and then they were mean mugging me. So I started shooting at them. And then there's another part where he's like, oh, I rolled up to some cops and I just started smoking weed in front of them. I didn't care. And then the police, like, he starts describing, like, they turned on their lights and started getting closer. And then it was like, oh, well, I guess it's time to run. It's like, are you crazy, man? You're going to throw out your back. Why are you messing with the police? Wasn't it like a couple tracks later where he's like, oh, that's what it was, yeah. There's like one track later on where triumphant, that's what it was. It's so confusing. This song's called I'm Triumphant, I'm Epic, and it's so incredible. But the song's all about how he's like, well, you know, I'm struggling, I'm dealing with what I'm going through, you know, I'm trying. And then there's one part where he goes like, said I was an asshole. Honestly, I guess I'm not perfect. I'm just a work in progress. I'm like, what? 2 tracks ago, you were pissing off police officers and like shooting people in the spleen for no reason.
Hey, like, I'm trying now.
And it's like, and it's so earnestly delivered that it's just like you almost like have that look aside moment, like, did he not hear what he said 2 tracks ago? Like, you know,
did he not record that song yet? Like,
was that somebody else? And then, oh my god,
yeah.
And oh my god, these lyrics. It's like, I'm not perfect. I'm just a work in progress. My mom used to sit with that Reader's Digest and reminded me about all the trials. And like,
no.
What? But he tries to like connect it afterwards and all the things that I'd be liable, but like just that you can hear him trying to like, you know, when you can hear the intentional like trying to, you know, with the way they're delivering with the Reader's Digest without the trials. It's like, what are you doing?
Nice story. Reader's Digest.
This is honestly where the album kind of takes a weird turn for me, where it's no longer like bad, it's just kind of boring bad. Because like Death Wish is honestly kind of whatever outside the annoying chorus, I thought. Victory, this one is annoying because of how redundant and repetitive it's. I'm gonna get this victory regardless.
Oh, that was the one!
So, it just says it over and over again.
And the thing is, I had forgotten because there's another song called Triumphant, and they both basically feel like the same thing.
Pretty much the same goddamn song, honestly. Triumphant is slightly more, religious, fucking Jesus-pilled than Victory. Like, Triumphant is the, like, you might say I'm lucky, but I'm just blessed. Like, why would I say you're lucky? Like, what's going on? Like,
I mean, I guess after shooting all those people and still, like, not being in jail after all that.
Sure, yeah, I suppose so. But Victory is also where we get a fucking R slur in 2021.
Oh, God, yeah, and it was so just like, you could have easily avoided that, man. Like, that was
and
so...
he basically rhymes it with regardless. Like, just picture that in your head of how that would work. I'm not gonna say it, so you're gonna have to say it in your head, but that was just like, what? What the fuck?
Yep, that was worth it, yeah.
Then we get Until.
Oh, the smoke song. Ooh, light your L's.
This is intermission time, so just light up and smoke for the rest of the album. Like, okay, I guess I will. There's like 5 songs left, dude, but sure, okay.
It's not that long, yeah. But then...
This is the I'm gonna smoke a lot. This dude is 48. This is when I had to make note of how old he was. Because, man, imagine being in your hotel room and not having a blunt to smoke.
What?
Ugh, that's so hard, right? Guys, like, dude, what?
Shouldn't you be taking vitamins?
Man?
Like, what?
You might say I'm lucky, but I'm just blessed. I can't chill in a hotel room without being high. It's fucking torturous for me. Anyway, we gotta smoke until we
What? What in the world? What was that?
Until
I don't understand. What was he saying there?
I think he was saying until we say.
Okay.
Because he says that in a regular way earlier.
Yeah, sure,
like,
right.
We're gonna keep smoking until we say so, or something like that. But I don't know why it goes so deep.
Yeah, and
Why
it
is such
feels
a
like
low voice?
doesn't it feel like he ran out of things to say? Where he's like, "We gonna smoke until we tired. We gonna smoke until we sure." I'm like, what? Like, you are fucking dropping the ball, bro. Like, what?
I mean, he
Try that
seriously
one
says
again.
until like 3 times until. We say.
Like it sounds like the shit really started taking effect, and he's just like, we sure. Like he's like leaning up against the mic. Yeah, he's leaning up against the mic. We sure.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Somebody reboot him.
Kicks in.
Somebody reboot 80.
But this is the one where he talks about I'm the kind of guy to get high in front of the cops. I don't give a fuck what they're gonna do. It's like, if they say something, I'm gonna start fucking popping off, and then I'm gonna run away. Like, you're 48! Stop!
Like,
No, you're not!
Yeah.
There's a song earlier, too, where this dude says, like, I was at a party or something, and someone was like, hey man, aren't you that guy that like, popped my friend in the face? So I whipped my gun out, so I started flipping tape. Whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what you want me to think here. I'm not on your side right now.
He asked me, hey, are you that guy? And I started blazing.
I threw over the table, shot him in the belly, and I broke out. Like, dude, stop shooting people.
Oh yeah, that's right. He rhymes flipping tables to shooting them in the navel.
Yeah, like, this is what got you in trouble in the first place. You're not supposed to just shoot your way out of every problem. This is why you've got a history of violence, dude. Try using your words.
Oh my god, that's right. I forgot. He's the same guy, huh?
But wait, we gotta have the interlude to let us know that, hey, he may be violent, but he respects the ladies.
Oh, right. Now this is the song about the girl he's known since way back when.
But
you're
also
a hell of a
dedicated,
woman.
also dedicated to his mom and his nieces. Oh, isn't it so sweet? Dude, I'm not trying to hear this after like 8 tracks about shooting people in the navel out of nowhere because you don't care about your life. Like, you know.
Yeah, I thought maybe after the smoke song, where it's like, hey, we're gonna be smoking now, light up for the rest of the album, and then we get the Hell of a Woman song, it'd be like, okay, this album's fucking taking a turn, this is gonna be the lighthearted album, because even then on Triumphant it's kind of like that too. But then Kill Bill Part 2 is like his edgy song.
Yeah, and now this is what I'll say. The last 2 tracks are where I think it finally gets interesting. Like,
well, yeah, I guess.
Just, relatively, because it's just like, oh, like, honestly, I feel like this has the best rhyming. Kill Bill Part 2 has the best rhyming on the album so far. Like, where he says, like, I'll beat you like Raggedy Ann. All of you folk can get it too, like a family plan. I was like, whoa, where the fuck were these rhymes this whole album?
That was
like, good.
Yeah,
and it had a nice, like, prog rock sample in there. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Like, you know, like, thought that was kind of nice. Like, you know, it sampled the Kill Bill. Again, we're doing the fucking high school, a college freshman poster board sampling. Oh, I'm sampling Kill Bill with the Hattori Hanzo sword. Remember that scene? We're just gonna reference that. No real effect. We're just kind of randomly throwing that in between the versions.
I was trying to figure out, they do that twice. They put in 2 Kill Bill samples, and they're both very random, and they're just basically saying, like, Hattori Hanzo steel, and that's, like, it. Like, almost like Wu-Tang kind of sample, but it doesn't work the same way.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know where you're leading to. Because there's something where like, big rap, yeah, got it. And I think they speak in Japanese in the middle of that dialogue, so I had to remember from the movie that they're talking about, oh, I need to exterminate a big rat, so that when she says at the end, a big rat, like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense unless you're watching.
That's right.
Right, it doesn't make sense unless you're watching. So, and then Never Stop the Fight, which, you know, sounds like a bit of a tired 70s inspirational Rocky, but Rocky 5, you know, energy. But, you know, I kind of liked it in terms of being like, it actually felt like a song by 48-year-old Swifty McVay. You know what I'm saying? Like getting up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Breaking the eggs, about to go on a jog. You know, trying to keep up his form. You know, like I appreciated it, the honesty after all of this album of like, oh, I'm still crazy Swifty McVay. It's like, sure you are. You know.
But is the story in the final track,
no,
is it interesting enough to write a whole song about?
In fact, the worst part is when at the tail end, when he decides to be like,
Yeah.
yo, guys, I bet what people didn't know was this. What we didn't know was I went to New York, and then I went back to Detroit, but then I went back to New York, and then I went to like Atlanta.
I went to this in 92. Then I went over here in 93.
It's like, dude, I don't
went over
care.
here in 94. Went over here in 95. Went over here and it's like, what the hell? And then he goes, after this whole big thing of, I was writing down raps on my grandma's checkbook, and I was doing this, I was on stage, I tried to rap in a goddamn talent contest. Didn't say how he did in the talent contest, by the way. Don't know if he won.
Oh, he was
or
rapping
not.
with his braces and shit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And then he's talking about some of the illegal doings going on. Like, okay, we are. But then he's talking about like, hey, you know, me and two guys, we were on stage, we had dancers behind us, and we were doing our rapping thing. I'm not gonna be too descriptive about it though. I'm just gonna leave it there.
We like signed,
And after-
and then we signed to like a record deal. Then we got the record deal. That's how that happened. And then we got that.
And then it's just like, but the one thing I didn't do was stop fighting.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get that platinum plaque. And it's like,
Sure.
the worst line on the album, though, that actually got me laughing was where he goes, the moral of the story here is, I've been rapping since I was 7. And you're like, dude, I listened to Black Diamond. Fucking without a vagina! That is not the big dub that you think it is. That's a
Right.
self-own.
Like, you respect these tears. I've been rapping for 17 years, and I still sound like this.
Yeah, I was just like, you do not have enough to show to be rapping for. That means you've been rapping for 40 years.
Like, and this is like the,
This is what you have to show for it?
yeah, this is the don't count me out. This is what I still got, you know?
Yeah, this is the, I may be in my 50s.
Right.
And my peak is definitely like 20 years behind me, but look, I got that platinum plaque coming down the road. Like, look, I admire your determination, but dude, come on.
Don't rope me into this. Don't rope me into trying to be along for your journey.
I just picture everybody in the studio when he says that just going, ugh.
the engineer
the
can't
I
even
Love
look at
Lucy
him.
face, the ugh.
The engineer can't even look at him. He's got his ball cap on. He kind of like, you know, especially lets it way over his eyes, you know?
Oh.
Looking like an
I
anime
picture when he
character.
goes, I've been rapping since I was 7. One of the producers turns to his friend and goes, and he just kind of mouths, 7?
In disbelief, like the
7? This sucks, dude. This fucking sucks.
Oh, what would you rate it?
I gave it a 2.
Oh, I gave it a 1.5. A generous
You're
1.5.
always, you stay giving him 1.
You can't win.
Oh my
but
god,
he's gonna get this
dude.
victory regardless.
Oh, he's gonna get the victory regardless. Look, I think I might have been a little too generous on songs like Death Wish, and really any of the later ones, because they didn't really deserve much of anything. But damn, dude, like, just forgettable tracks. If And if they're not forgettable, they're memorable for all the wrong reasons.
Right. You know what people didn't know? We signed a deal on Interscope, and then it was like we kind of had a single, and they said if we dropped it and, whatever happened with it, that's fine, and then what happened with it. But then we kind of moved on.
Look, that's when the song fucking falls apart. He goes, we signed a deal with an option to sign. What that means is, he's telling you, he's breaking it down. What that means is, he's not even rapping anymore. He's just talking.
That's what's funny.
And
He starts off sounding like he's about to
you.
rap, and then it just kind of feels like it's really labored, he's kind of doing the feeling like I'm talking, and then just kind of saying it. But then I'm really about to tell. It sounds like he had something, he was ready. He was like, no, wait, let me give these people the real history. But he really didn't know where to go. And he's just relaying historical facts about his life after a certain point.
Once he starts saying the years is when he completely gave up.
Yeah! And in 1997, we went over here. But in 1998, we were over here. And we still weren't really doing anything. But, that's fine. Because in 1999, it's oh my God. I want to cut to the trains, planes, and automobiles clip. It's
And by the way, when you're telling these little stories, here's a good idea. Have a point. It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
You got Swifty McVay over there like a chatty Cathy doll with the string coming out his chest.
1992 and 1997.
96, 97. And all the while, Swifty is sitting there with his fucking shower curtain rings, staring at you, going, go ahead, make fun of me. I'm an easy target. But you know what? I'm gonna get these victories.
Why are you giving these days? Is there gonna be a fucking test? What's happening?
Oh my fucking God, dude. Look, when I first went into this, I was gonna say, I wanna put a fucking moratorium on Swifty McVay. I was like, we've done enough, man. I can't hang with another Swifty album. After this one, though,
what else is there to say? I can't believe these albums are actually real and that there's more material that is even more sweaty than this.
I need to hear more.
No! Don't encourage them! Oh, we're starting the Swifty wing of the podcast.
Look, I'm sure as soon as I said that, the audience was like, no! I'm sure they're over it. But look, I don't laugh as hard as I do as with some of these goddamn Swifty songs, man. They're at a different level of just, bad. I don't even know what word there is. I mean, there is Detroit Life 2 that came out last year.
Good Lord.
And it's only 44 minutes. So I'm not telling people how to spend their money. And there's a song with 80 Empire on there.
Oh, the tag team collaboration.
Yes, the people wanted it. The people have been clamoring.
Honestly, his better half.
When's that dynamic duo coming back? Look, y'all. Yeah, I don't want to tell y'all how to spend your money, but maybe, because when I went into it, I was okay. I'll tell you exactly what happened. Right, last night I tried listening to it and I fell asleep. Because that's just what happens when I don't have the lyrics to read along with, and B, when it's just as fucking boring as Swifty McVay.
Right.
I just fall asleep. But then what I did was I listened to it when I was at work. So I had stuff to focus on, so I wasn't gonna fall asleep. And I was just kind of I was trying to spend all of my energy listening to the album, not just kind of half paying attention. And when I'm telling you, I was at work laughing at this album. and I was like, okay, I was trying to make mental notes. I was like, Black Diamonds. You need to re-listen to Black Diamonds. So what I did was, I came home after work, and the first thing I did was I listened to it again in full to take my notes. Because I already kind of was familiar with it, and it was still fresh in my brain. That's what I have to do with these. Because otherwise, those forgettable songs,
right,
completely in one ear, out the other.
Tears in the
I'm
Rain.
not gonna have anything. And I knew I needed to at least write down exactly what the words Black Diamond's were. I was just like, these need to be shared, because these are on a whole nother level of embarrassing.
Yeah, like something, this feels like, the genius lyrics are missing because someone specifically wanted to make sure people didn't remember these lyrics.
Oh, God. Fucking goddamn Swifty McVay. Does it again. Hometown boy makes good.
Makes awful? What are you talking about?
Hometown boy makes bad. Well, folks.
Hometown boy makes unimpressive.
Hometown boy fails to deliver again. Hometown boy falls short.
Hometown boy shame of the city.
Hometown boy no longer welcome in hometown.
Like the very like sleepy-eyed town's news, headline news, and it spins in front of the camera.
The shamed rapper.
the Smallsville city that this rapper came from.
Rapper in exile.
Not allowed back in the home city.
Turned away at the city limits.
An officer at the city limits at all times. Due to the severity
Now,
of the punishment.
Swifty, you know the rules. No, man. I got Detroit Life Part 2. Just shaking his head. You gotta fucking get back in that car. You gotta get out of here.
Turn back around. You're not welcome. You know what you did.
It's always just a speaker playing Black Diamond and a cop just pointing at the speaker. Like, dude, you know you did. It's just a constant reminder.
Like, dude, don't act like you didn't do that.
Oh my god. Fuck. Fuck, my sides hurt so goddamn much. Just picture rapper in exile. Oh my god.
Shame of the city.
They have fucking statues of him.
With every gas station you go to has his face with the circle sign.
Do not serve this.
And report to the police.
Oh my god.
Like, damn, this town really got it out, man.
Oh my god. Even Eminem doesn't act like he knows who he is anymore.
How come? We don't even talk no more.
Fucking Swifty comes by. Marshall! Marshall! He pulls the fucking trench coat tops around his face. Has to not be noticed. Slink away.
Oh, and try to disappear into the crowd. Marshall, oh, come on. Marshall, you know me. Marshall, what about Stepping Stone?
Embarrassed. Even Bizarre is embarrassed. Doesn't want to act like he knows them.
Pulls his shower cap down. Bizarre, you want to make bacon so the grease will pop us? Yeah, like old times. He's like, no, man. You want to go fat father?
You want to go breed hound dogs? Mm-mm.
Remember, what was that joke? How'd it go?
Where'd you get that one?
He was like, you're so hardcore, you breed puppies.
Yeah. Oh god, we can't get the attention. Get off Swifty though.
Yeah, okay.
No. Bizarre, still welcome. He's still championed wherever he goes. Swifty though, Oh my god, folks. That about wraps it up for this week's episode of Going Off. Oh, God. Thank you very much for spending your time with us and listening to whatever the fuck that was. And if you have an album that you would like to hear us talk about in a future episode, head on over to our Ko-fi, that is ko-fi.com, going off, GOINOFF. Wait, what happened?
I missed the slash. I didn't hear the slash. Oh, shit.
Where's the slash? I think you threw me off, is what happened.
There was supposed to be a mind-altering slash.
Slash. It's www.
That's not. Wait,
HTTPS:// Oh fuck! Hold on.
Oh no! News is like get on with it.
Yeah. Swifty McVay is outside.
Oh no!
And Noodles is just telling him, no, go the fuck away.
Oh, he's about to blow. He's got a bomb to awake neighbors for acres. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh my god, I forgot about that annoying ass shit he kept. He did that in multiple songs.
Yeah.
Blah, blah.
That's his one thing. Blah, blah.
Oh god. Oh yeah, that's right. It's www.ko-fi.com/ Going off. That's GOINOFF. And we got the special deal going on right now, folks.
That's right.
Do you want to run it down for folks? Because I honestly don't remember.
Okay. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We got the dark holiday sale going on for your eardrums and all up in your face. Album requests are 140, and there's only 14 slots left because someone's already taken one. And indie LP requests are 170. Plus, we've got it going where if you go to the Ko-fi for the going off, if you do pledge $3 monthly, you get priority request queuing. So you know what I'm saying? Get with it, act like you want it, and you'll get your request guaranteed up next in order of the sign-up. So, you know what I'm saying? Get with it, act like you want it over on there. And just to let you know, it's also going on my Ko-fi, okay? Ko-fi.com/rapcritic, alright? Where we got a whole bunch of joints going on out this bitch, so I gotta fucking look at it. Or you can just go to the website and look at it yourself. Because for my live streams, I've got 2-for-1 song requests that are only $10. Then we got the live stream albums or best ofs that are only $20. Then just go over there and you can see all the rest of the shit. But also we got. Also we got priority queuing, so you can over there on the Rap Critic side of things. It's $40 there because there's so much stuff and I'm only one person. And $10 and up patrons though, they also get automatic queuing. So you can either be just do it one way straight away, you know what I'm saying? Get it one shot, or you can do it, prolonged and get other little perks, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm trying to create a whole little, mini extended universe for the people out there. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get something for the people, you know what I'm saying? So get with it, act like you want it. It will be a lot better to have it explained rather than me sporadically trying to say it. It'll be better for you to just have the text in front of you. But yeah, you'll be able to, get all that fun, sexy stuff. I'm trying to find a way to integrate the Ko-fi and the Patreon, to try to do ongoing stuff versus one-shot stuff and shit like that, So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so get with it, act like you want it, and like I said, I'm trying to give people the options. It's oh yeah, you can, support for the $10 and keep supporting if you want to, or you can just do, one shot and get it out of the way and get your request ahead, But yeah, we're trying out the priority queuing. That's kind of the big thing happening, the big shit that's popping while the other little shit is stopping. So
that is the newness, folks.
Yes,
Do people still say that? My Patreon, patreon.com/mues. We got the weekly episodes of Rope Break that are exclusives on there, as well as photo galleries going up fairly regularly. Folks, if that's the kind of thing that interests you and you want to see me in things, 800 plus photos on there. I know it's unrelated to the pod, but I mean, I'm just telling the truth.
It's your other digital wares.
There's a lot of fucking shit on the Patreon right now. There's 14 episodes of Rope Break, I think. There's 17 photo sets. It's killer over there. I'm putting in the work. So check it on out. $3 a month gets you the photo sets. $5 a month gets you the Rope Break episodes. It's all exclusive. It's all fun stuff. You don't want to miss it. We love you, no pause. Next time, folks. Oh boy, it'll be a show. But until then, I'm Muse.
And I'm the Rap Critic. And, oh, no. You're not ready to step into the court of the Crimson King. At this stage in your training, an album like that could turn you into an evil scientist.